Hi everyone, Alana here. Welcome to this pick a card reading where today you're going to find out what your message is from your future self. And just remember, this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to you. So just take what resonates and leave the rest. This is pile number 1, 2, 3, and 4. And yeah, if you have any suggested readings for the future that you'd like me to do, please let me know. Pop them in the comments down below and I will try and get around to them fairly soon. Hi to those that chose pile number 1. Let's have a look and see what the message is from your future self. Okay, so first of all, we have the Lovers card. And with this card, I'm really strongly feeling that if you haven't found someone that you're really in love with, that you feel is your soulmate, that you feel that deep connection with, you definitely will in the future. So at some point, you will come across the person that absolutely lights up your life, changes everything for the better, and you have such a soul connection with that. It's something you haven't experienced before. So if you're currently single, they're saying not to worry, there will be someone coming into your life. And if you're with someone and you don't feel that they are the right one, then there is someone coming for you. There is something better out there for you. Now, if you are in a relationship with someone and they do have that feeling about them that you feel is absolutely, this is the person for me for life, then this is saying that that is just going to get even deeper or get even better. To be honest, I'm strongly feeling there's someone else out there for the people that are single, the people that are slightly unhappy. But for the odd one or two of you that are happy in your relationships, then this is just saying that, you know, if you want marriage, marriage will come. And if you want children, children will probably follow too. But from the majority, it's singles. It's saying that someone is coming into your life. They're saying don't stop. Whatever it is that you're doing right now, don't stop. You are on the right pathway. And I have a feeling you might have been questioning this pathway or worried that it's not the right thing that you're doing, or that you're kind of losing hope a little bit. But they're saying that your angels are with you. Your future self is saying that the angels around you are helping you right now. You're absolutely going through the things that you need to be going through to make you stronger and more prepared for the future. Now, they're saying don't stop because I have a feeling you've been through a pretty tough time recently. Now, you've either lost someone or something. Maybe someone has passed, or maybe you've come out of a relationship that you thought was going somewhere. Or this could be to come, but I do get the feeling that you're in the current situation right now and you're feeling really quite down and low about it, which may be why they're telling you don't stop, just keep going forward. So don't give up hope. Don't feel like it's the end of the world. There is definitely a bright future ahead for you. There is someone that is coming into your life and is going to be there to support you wholeheartedly. Now, with the Five of Swords, it does mean like you're feeling like a failure and you feel like it's all your fault. Don't feel that at all. It is not your fault. It is not your fault that things have gone the way that they have done. And it always takes two to tango. So there's always someone else involved in the situations. There's always two sides to both stories. And although, yes, you can't completely shift the responsibility and blame onto someone else, this card is saying don't take all the responsibility onto yourself. There are others involved in this too, whatever it is that has happened that makes you feel this way. And try not to bear it all on your own shoulders. Sit down and talk to other people and share and get it off your chest. Just open up to others. To me, it's feeling like the ties have been broken between you and another. So this would then explain like a recent breakup, or maybe a divorce, or someone that you're really close with. I mean, it could be like a best friend or a family member that you've walked away from and broken those ties with. But whoever it is that you've walked away from or has walked away from you, do not worry about it. It has happened for a reason. It's needed to happen to free you so that you can gain some element of freedom and really find yourself and express yourself. And that will also make room for a new lover to come into your life, someone that you can really spend some good quality time with. This Ace of Cups is saying, so your future self is saying that honestly, your cup is going to be filled. It is going to have fulfillment in, joy, happiness. in this card here, the bottom of it, you can see like some dark waters down there, but on top of it, the cup is there, full and overflowing and happy, and there's the fish at the top, like really jumping in enjoyment, and it's brilliant. But it is saying that that will be coming, and so although you might be swimming in the dark waters right now, there is definitely a cup filled with everything that you want, and that is going to be in your future. So they've given you a little bit of advice here, your future self, and they're basically saying that you just need to learn to juggle things a bit better and also balance out your options. So when you get given like more than one option, you may get a little bit confused, a little bit unsure, overwhelmed even, not entirely sure which pathway to take sometimes. This card is just saying you need to really kind of work that out for yourself and work out what it is that you truly want, and not really rely on others to make those decisions for you if you're that type of person, but just to find a balance within yourself as well, because you've got the yin and yang on the top of his hat. So you just need to find your own emotional balance. If it's not in terms of like financial situations, I really do feel it's just options and your inner peace, and just calming down and finding peace from the situation that has recently happened for you, that has got you into quite a poor state of like internal emotional health. So that's what I'm feeling with that card. This is saying that your strength has been dampened, it's been pushed down, it's not the way you used to be. That you used to be quite a fighter, I feel. You used to be strong, you used to be able to push through most things, but recently you've just kind of been pushed down and you don't have that fighting spirit. Or this is saying that once you can balance yourself, once you can find that inner peace and work out your life and not feel so overwhelmed with everything around you, this card here is saying that there is that old you coming back in there, or there is that fighting spirit coming back in, and you will be able to confront all these challenges that you come up with and all the problems that you face. You will be able to confront them when they come up to you. With this one, I'm feeling that actually you need to take a step back from the material world and take time to just focus on you. So instead of like retail therapy, take some time to sit and meditate. Just take some time in nature rather than being so distracted by the material world around you. Now's the time to focus on you and not so much on the physical objects and the getting ahead in the career and all the social events. Just take some time for you. That is all it wants. Now, your future self is saying it is also time to take a moment to cleanse yourself of anything negative, anything that doesn't serve you well, and certainly remove any toxic people or situations from your life. So if you have a friend that is just like an emotional vampire, an energy vampire, and they just suck the energy out of you, it might be time to consider stepping away from that friend, because you need to cleanse yourself. And like, there's a lot of blockages in you right now, and you need to cleanse that and allow your energy and your aura to move freely around you. You need to start shining brightly again. So the fire is basically burning away old ties that just don't work for you anymore, in old situations. So if you're in a job as well that isn't working for you, really consider stepping out of that job and finding something that does work for you. But it's just saying this is time for cleansing and time for self-care and self-love and time for a new you. You will be a phoenix coming out of the fire and out of the flames and being reborn and rebirthed into a beautiful life. Remember, your cup is going to be completely filled with everything that you could want and fulfillment. So having this fire to cleanse everything right now is perfect for you. With this Wizard of Awareness card, just be aware. Oh, I know I said take a step back from the material things in life, but like the world, and just focus more on you. But the Wizard of Awareness card is also saying be aware of what is happening around you and then how that affects you, and then see how you can work on yourself to control your own reactions and to control the way you feel about things. Because as soon as we start to let things niggle at us, that just builds and builds and builds and makes a mountain out of a molehill. So if we can sort of catch our own emotions before they develop too far, then we will be doing a lot better with ourselves. So Stormfields, this is saying that although you've been through quite a tough time recently, I expect there is still things happening, and it's almost like one thing after another. When will you get a break? When will something happier and happen in your life? And when will you just be able to sit down with a cup of tea and not feel like you have a long list of things to sort out? When will the next thing like just have a break and stop happening and stop barging in and taking over and feeling like you're out of control? So what this card is saying basically is try not to focus too much on the negative things that come into your life and just allow the storm to pass. Your house, there's a house in here, and it's saying if you just allow the storm to pass, your house will be untouched. And so that house can represent your inner peace and your emotional state of being. So if you can just allow the storm to go by the house and not react to the storm, you will be much better in the long run. You will be able to look after yourself. So look after yourself, put yourself as number one, and try not to worry too much about what is going on the outside. Again, be aware, but don't take it personally, is what the card is saying. Protecting treasure. So for me right now, I'm seeing that your future self is saying self-care, self-love. Protect yourself. You are treasure in yourself. You're a very special, important person. We all are, but you've got to put yourself first and protect your own treasures. Your own treasures count as your emotions, your soul, your mindset, your everything that affects your own happiness and your own way of living and being in life. Remember, you are a human being and not a human doing. So just take the time to be and the time to love. And while it does look like it's kind of raining in this car, she's got an umbrella there. So shield yourself, go under cover, like in terms of protect yourself and provide cover and just look after yourself. So instead of going out on a night out with a group of people that you know you're not going to enjoy your time with, take some time, stay at home, read a book, just take a moment to relax and not feel like you're rushed off your feet all the time. And then finally, again, this just confirms the protecting treasure card. Softly, softly, the tender touch. You've got to be nice to yourself. You've got to look after yourself right now. You're probably quite emotional and probably tears escape, and you probably, like for some of you, I can see you crying when you go to bed and the tears just fall onto your pillow. Now you just got to start looking after yourself and really caring for your own self. Stop worrying about everyone else around you, and now's the time for you to heal. You have your own healing journey right now, and once you've done that, your lover will be coming in, your cup will be completely filled, you'll be a strong person again. Everything will be looking so much more positive. So just take some time, look after yourself, don't feel pressured by other people around you. And I hope this reading helps, and if you liked it, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! Hi to those that chose part number 2. Let's have a look and see what your future self has to say about you right now and what message they have for you. Okay, this is a good start. Right, first of all, your future self has to say that there is excitement coming to your life. If it's not already filled with excitement, there is some massive excitement coming to your life that you will be jumping out of bed for in the morning, and you will be pleased to start the day. You'll be jumping out, opening those curtains and ready and raring to go. You have everything in your future that you could kind of really want, or if it's not necessarily what you're wanting right now, it is certainly going to be what you need in order to get you absolutely motivated into really following your life path. It is also going to be a path of attention, and I don't mean that in a really like a bad way. I mean that in a way that you deserve this attention. People are going to notice you. People are going to see you for what you're doing and be like really admire you and see the hard work that you've put in. So whatever it is that you're doing on your life path, you will get the recognition and you will get the praise, and people are going to look to you as well for advice, I'm hearing. And just know that you are doing this for a purpose and you are definitely worth it, and it is happening for a very good reason. Now obviously I'm not sure what that reason is. I've got 2 cards in front of me. One says excitement, one says attention. I'm just seeing that you're going to have a life full of excitement and you are going to get the attention you deserve. I am seeing that it is very likely to be a creative pathway. Now, that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to sit down with a paintbrush. That could be anything. That could be creative in terms of sewing or any of the arts, so dancing or acting or some sort of performing, or maybe it is even more general than that, and it could be a case of anything that requires a little bit of imagination, an author, or even like broader. I'm feeling it could be even broader, and it could be even in an office somewhere that just requires you to come up with new ideas that haven't been put forward before. This sort of life path is needing you to make a change and bring fresh ideas onto the scene, and whatever that is. So only you're going to know right now. Now, your future self is saying that some sort of transition is required. Now, with the serpents one here, so this is wands, but in this deck it's serpents, and it is someone who's very creative, but they've also got a lot of energy, and they have like an amazing way about them, because they will absolutely go for what they want. There's not really much that holds them back. They're fiery, they're passionate, they know what they want and they go for it. However, they are saying that there needs to be a little bit of a transition in terms of your direction of energy. I kind of feel it's a little bit everywhere at the moment. They want you to really channel it onto one place and really work for that one goal. And I get the feeling you're a little bit distracted at times. Now, okay, they do need you to have a little bit more of a divine connection. Now, know that your ideas are divinely inspired. So, yes, they come from you, but there's a little bit of inspiration that comes from spirit and your angels. And the more you can connect with them, the more ideas you will get, the more brainwaves, and the more really good light bulb moments you'll get. There's going to be like a really strong turn on of a light, and you'll go, this is the answer, this is what I need, this is what needs to happen in order for me to get to the next stage of my life. So try and connect with them. Of course, meditation is always a good start, but absolutely just daydream at times as well. That's going to help you connect too. Perfect timing, and you're ready. Both of these cards straight away say that now is the time for you to start making this transition. Your future self wants you to make the changes now required for you to get on this pathway of excitement and the place where people will see what you're doing. So you need to make those changes. I get this really strong feeling you absolutely know what it is, but you've got to just take that first step, and you are ready. So with this card here, is saying that you might be doubting a little bit whether you're kind of good enough, or whether you have the resources, or whether you've got the backing or the financial support to be able to make these changes. You absolutely have. Don't worry about it. This pathway is divinely inspired, and it is your divine purpose. So it can't fail is what they're saying. I mean, we have free will, and yes, you can deliberately go out and make it fail, but if you try your hardest to follow the guidance you're being given, it won't fail, because spirit are going to be there supporting you every step of the way. Page of Pentacles. Yes, this is the card that kind of confirms you getting a little bit distracted and not always focusing on your goal. So maybe you're trying to balance a family life, or school, or university, or college, or work, and you're trying to set up a business alongside work. They're just saying that you need to really hone in your skills and your focus onto this project or pathway or whatever it is. They really need you to put more attention on it and stop getting distracted by everything else. So if, for example, as well, you spend a little bit too much time watching the television or on your phone scrolling through social media, try and cut that down. Maybe download one of those apps that restricts your usage of social media, and then you can make more time for yourself to focus on this goal of yours. Hermit. Okay, so take a step back from any obviously go out and enjoy yourselves and keep social connections alive, but don't spend too much time socializing, and don't spend too much time doing things that are distracting you. Or maybe you spend extra long at the workplace and you don't get home early enough, so that means you're then too tired, and you still got food to cook, kids to put into bed, and then you just leave the side business or the the hobby that you want to focus on, or the book that you're trying to write, that gets pushed aside. So instead of spending that extra hour at the office, come home when you're supposed to, and then try and get some work done. If you're on flexi time as well, try and work up some hours in other areas so that you can maybe have more time off on one of the days of the week, so that you can come home and spend more time on the thing that you're working on. So just take some time away from those. If you go out frequently, cut that back. They really need you to focus on what it is that you're doing. So take some time by yourself, and don't worry about what's going on. You can go back out enjoying people again. The world's not going to stop, and the sun's not going to not rise because you've taken some time to focus on yourself. It is you time. Justice, right. So basically with this card, it's up to you to balance those scales. The lady here in the card is holding the scales herself, and it's up to her to balance them out. So this is saying, from your future self, it is now time for you to balance the scales and balance your life. I get the feeling you're neglecting the thing that it is that you've been wanting to work on. So balance them out and balance everything else in your life. You can do this. It's saying you can. Justice is a positive outcome. Justice is justice being served. So you will get the favor, or it will turn in favor for you if you just give a little bit of time. It is a positive outcome, and it is going to be good for you. It's going to be what needs to happen for you. Okay, they're just reconfirming you're kind of dithering a little bit, that you're just kind of hanging around. I get the feeling you've dragged this out for quite some time, in fact, and actually now is the time to do it. You're absolutely ready. You've hit the perfect timing. Now do it, is what it's saying. You're going to have to use your creative side to really get this project or the situation going. You're going to have to dig down for inspiration and get creative ideas flowing. Use there's so much color in here. Actually, I've just been told that you kind of use as much color as possible for inspiration. So if you can maybe brighten up your workspace, or maybe even just start wearing brighter clothes, and get the feeling you just need to, the colors will inspire you, because colors can affect mood. And if you haven't already, look into how colors can have an impact on you, and then try and utilize that for yourself, and that also might help channel your own motivation. Okay, great, that's lovely. So the balance here is between the creative side of you and the wise side of you. So use them together to get where you want to be. And you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of wisdom in there. And there are others around you as well that you've pulled knowledge from, and you can use that to guide you to where you want to go. But it is saying here, I love this card because behind is an angel holding the shoulders of the person in front. So again, you are being divinely inspired. So take this pathway, and yeah, just take the wisdom that you have and merge it with your creative side. So because it will work together, and then that will go forward. You can't use one without the other. You need to balance the scales. Wisdom and creativity. Use them together and you will get somewhere. Again, this card is just saying, now's the time to move forward. Now's the time to pick yourself up and take yourself forward. And I don't get the feeling that it's traveling here. I really do get the feeling that it's literally just get a move on and get going. Now, here's the mountain. This suggests that you're looking at it as though this project, or whatever it might be, maybe it's a new career, you wanting to climb the career ladder, or you have to retrain for a new career. But whatever it is, this mountain card is saying that you're looking at it as though it's a massive uptaking, and it's just so much work and so much effort. Although you are the type of person that is passionate, driven, has the motivation, you're just looking at it and going, do I have enough energy and enough time in the day in order to do this? And you see the light by the moon on this card. You see a little bit of light and go, oh yeah, there is a light at the end of the tunnel, but can I climb this mountain together? Now, what this card is saying is that you don't have to climb the mountain to get there, because this is part of your divine pathway and it's meant to happen for you. it's saying that you actually don't need to get up there and climb that mountain. There is actually a pathway around the mountain that you can take that will be so much easier. So you can flow around that mountain. And there's actually a little bit of water down here in this card. It's saying there's like a river around. You can just get in the river and float your way around. So go with the flow is what it's saying. And look for the signs, because when you see the signs, they will be able to guide you in the right direction. That means you don't have to climb this mountain all by yourself. So it does look like a massive thing to do and something that's going to take up a lot of your time. But once you get going with it, it's not going to be anywhere near as bad as you think. The more you resist, the harder it's going to be. However, the more you just go for it and just allow things to happen and allow time and space in your day to work on the project or whatever it is, or study, or just put the focus in, the more it will just happen like that for you, and you will be pleasantly surprised. Now with this card, the intention card, you have all the right intentions there. They're just not in the right places sometimes. Again, it's the distraction, it's and also getting a little bit of feeling of negativity creeping in. It's the doubting again. It's the, is it going to work? Is it worth it? Of course it's going to work. Of course it's worth it, because Spirit want it to happen for you. Like, you've planned this out before you came down to earth, and it's part of your journey. Of course it's going to happen for you. It just depends how long you're going to resist until you finally go, yeah, all right, I'm ready for this. This is what is meant to be happening for me. So focus on the light. There is like I said, there's a light here coming down from the moon, a little bit of light. Focus on that light. That light will then get brighter. The more you focus on it, the more guidance and the more help will come your way. The more Spirit can put the right people in your pathway to help you along. But you've got to focus on it first, because if you can't focus on it, that light just won't grow. So focus on it and take the right steps forward. And then, like I said, it will be easier than you think. Defend to the end the worthwhile. So although the pathway might be easier than you think, I have this feeling that there might be possibly people around you that don't agree, or maybe keep telling you, maybe this is okay, I've got that there are people saying that it's going to be harder than it is, and maybe this is where you're getting your doubts from. People are kind of putting negative spin on it, and then that's holding you back. So you know in your heart this is the right thing to do, so defend it and make that decision. I'm not saying get into arguments, I'm just saying allow them to say their piece and then move on with your day, because you know exactly what's right for you and you've been thinking about this for a while. So now's the time to make the right move forward for it. Restore and replenish. Okay, only a couple more cards to go, but restore and replenish is basically saying that when you have those low moments and those periods of self-doubt or lack of motivation, I get the feeling you're actually quite a motivated person, but when you do get those periods of lack of motivation, take some time to restore and replenish. So just take a day off and do something that you don't normally do. So either rest, take some time out to read a book, or just, take a day to catch up on the lack of sleep that you've been having. The other message in this card and from your future self is saying do something to change your vibrations. So if you are feeling down and you're feeling despondent with what's going on, you need to go out and do something completely different that is just going to lift you up, basically. And again, go back to the idea of color and look into how colors can help you in the world, not of the world. Don't be distracted by worldly things like, there's a new item that's come out, you came out, and you must have it. There's a new video game, if you're into video games. I don't know, this is examples right now. You must have it, and then you get that video game, and then you spend days playing it because you feel that you need to get to the end, when in actual fact you could have spent that time working on this project, or working on this new career, or the new route of study. So spend time wisely. Again, it's going back to the wisdom and the creativity. Be wise about how you spend your time. Follow your own rhythm. Again, this goes back to this card. Don't allow others to influence you, basically. Follow your own rhythm. Do what you want to do. Don't listen to any negative opinions of others. It is your life. You live it the way you want to live it. Anyway, I hope that helps. That is the message from your future self. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Bye. Hi, to those that chose pile number 3, let's have a look and see what your future self has to say to you. Right, first of all, I'm seeing with these first 2 cards, you've got the Page of Fishes and the King of Fishes. But this is cups in normal tarot. But so this is the fish, and it's all about emotions and fulfillment and happiness and what serves you and your purpose in life. And basically what it's saying is that right now you're in the position of the page, and in your future, where your future self currently is speaking from, you will be in the king position. So although things might seem a little bit tough and your bowl might not be quite as full as you'd like it to be, there is definite hope, and your cup, your fulfillment, and your bowl, which is what they're both holding here, is going to be so filled with absolutely everything that you could need in life, really. So don't worry, you will advance and you will progress to a place of fulfillment and happiness. You're struggling now. Look, it's quite empty. The background behind her is very kind of just bare, and there's not much to it, and you're feeling in life as though, wow, what is there for me? I don't really have much going on, and I don't really have much happening that I can be really, really proud of. But your future self is saying, do not worry about that. There is a lot to life. A throne is coming your way, and you will be able to sit on that throne and enjoy yourself. And even though there's not too much in this background, there is so much more to it. There is dolphins here, there's crowds here, there's little bits happening down here, and the scenery behind is it's very stunning, to be honest. And there's more to it. There's a flow of life rather than these dribs and drabs of water coming through. There's a big, like, sea or ocean or river behind this person, and that's what's coming for you. Your life is going to change, and it's going to be a lot more in it, and yes, it's going to be a lot happier. So do not worry if things aren't looking too positive at the moment, says your future self. Now, there is saying that your future will also be materialistically satisfied, and you will be rewarded in a material way, and you will have enough money to stabilize yourself and your situation, and you won't have to worry about putting food on the table if that is a current concern. There will be money there for you. I'm not saying you're going to be rich, but money will become easier. The flow of it will be easier. Also, if you're kind of struggling to keep a tenancy, or you're struggling to find a more permanent place to live, I just get that this message is coming through for a couple of you, so not all of you. Just take it or leave it, I don't mind. But for some of you that are struggling to find a long-term place to live, or struggling to move out of home, do not worry. It will happen for you, and it will happen in divine timing. Right now, you're in the page position. You've got to work up through the rest of the positions to get to the king. So you've just got quite a long journey ahead. You're at the start of it, and it is very positive. Okay, so use whatever means you have at the moment to get by. Be resourceful. Find vouchers or coupons, or rely on friends, or just do what you can to get by if you're struggling. And if you're not struggling financially, but you're struggling for independence, or you're struggling for your life purpose, just do the baby steps and do what you can. So pick up a book, or talk to some people, or find communities online that you can be inspired by, or just find different ways, because you never know how spirit will give you messages and signs. Sometimes they can talk through people, sometimes they can display numbers, sometimes they can just put an animal across your path frequently, and there's a message in that. So look up animals online as well. But talk to people, and see what they can come up with. They're saying that whatever it is that you're in right now, the situation you're in, there is something so much better, because that's when you'll make the transition up to the king. There is something better. So if you're in a job right now that's just not fulfilling you, there's something better. If you're in a relationship that's not going well, there's something better. whatever this is, take it and apply it to the thing that you're least happiest about, and that's where this applies. Okay, 8 of Cups. I do get the feeling that this might be more career based for some of you, but not all of you. So with this one, it is saying that you're not feeling as though you're supported, and there might be one or two people around you that kind of push you down or make you feel like they're inhibiting you from moving forward. So let's take the workplace, for example. This, just adjust it for what works for you. So let's say you've gone into work, set yourself up, maybe you've put some designs on paper, or you've made a big mind map and you've put it on paper, and you've gone out, made yourself a cup of coffee, you've come back in the room, and just like this table here, the cup that's fallen over, someone has knocked a cup or a cup of coffee over your work, and you have to redo it all over again. And it just feels like there are little things like that that are stopping you from moving forward. So every time you've set up this table, you've then gone away, you've come back, you then feel so despondent, and you feel like, oh wow, I put so much effort and energy and hours into that, and now look, I've got to do it all over again. So it's bringing out this darker side of gloominess and kind of a little bit of misery in you, and it's just saying that this needs to change, and you need to make that decision to change it. They can't change it for you. It's as though you've set the whole table and you've set food out and you set the cup up to drink and you balance these all nicely up here, gone away and come back and someone's eaten it and knocked over your cup, and that's not nice. So now's the time for you to make some changes, because remember, you can't change other people, but you can certainly change yourself, and you can certainly change your own situations and your own things around you. So make those changes is what it's saying. Again, with this card here, like the right way up, it's about rebirth. It's about new things happening for you and it being a really positive new start. But because this card is reversed, I'm just seeing that you're delaying it, and it's something that can happen. You can be a phoenix in the flames, but you're delaying it, and there might also be some things that you're not quite seeing in life. Like you've got, I'm going to go back to this way. It's this person here, they've got their head in their hands, they're covering their face, they're covering their eyes, they can't see what's going on around them. And even more so with it reversed, I just feel that you're kind of brushing over the problems. You're just kind of dismissing them and thinking that, oh, it's okay, I'll just redo what I did or what was destroyed. It's okay, don't worry, the little dig that you just gave me, I'll just pretend not to have noticed. And although it does still affect you and it does still hurt, and you're just bottling everything up, you're just putting everything into a jar and screwing that lid on really tightly, when in actual fact that's becoming a little bit hurtful to you. So you need to recognize what's going on around you and then make the appropriate changes. Okay, right. So what is probably what you're thinking. Right, make the changes, but then what am I going to do with my life? Is possibly the question on some of your minds right now. And if you're not sure what it is that you'd like to change to or make the appropriate changes from and to, this card is saying that it's probably a spiritual aspect that you need to bring into your life to help you right now. And whether it is a spiritual pathway or another type of pathway, it is saying that there is some sort of studying that's involved. You can see in this card that the person here, the high priestess, is holding a book with some complicated looking things on, and that needs to be studied and learnt about. So in order to change, books are going to have to become part of your life, more so than they already are if they are not currently. And then with the child here, that is going to bring the new birth in for you, and that is going to bring the new start in life, and you'll go from the dark pillar to the light pillar. And the dark pillar is serving a structure and a foundation for knowing what it is that you do not want in your life. So it is giving you wisdom and it's giving you knowledge, everything that you're going through now. But as soon as you can recognize the darkness in this pillar, you can move to the light one, and you can go towards the light basically. But just remember, as soon as you can make the changes and start bringing some more spiritual aspects, so bring some spiritual books into the house and start reading those, and start studying more of the divine arts as well, the quicker this new birth will happen for you. Now here with the Five of Pentacles, it is suggesting that actually your future self is saying that you will continue to have some financial problems, and they're just for a short period of time while you're making this change. And while you're studying, because while you're studying, you're not necessarily going to be able to earn as much as you'd like, but just for a little while, there are going to be some financial restrictions, and you're just going to need to look at how you spend your money and be wise about your spendings, and maybe try start using vouchers and coupons if you need to. But yes, basically, as soon as you can start looking at the more spiritual side of life, and again, whether this is a spiritual pathway or not, bringing spirituality or bringing the wisdom of the great teachers into your life is certainly going to help. Now, as soon as you can start doing that, here is the change from the feeling of kind of nothingness to, although you're a lovely person, don't get me wrong, the Page of Fishes is a lovely, kind-hearted person. The empty kind of feeling in the background that I'm getting is going to change to this. Look at the difference between these two here. Look at the color difference in those two cards. So much brighter. I know they're different decks, but so much brighter and warmer as well. And the colors are kinder and happier. And look, nature and birds, and even the birds are brighter and happier with this, right? So that's saying you'll find inspiration and you'll find passion in your life, and you'll find the thing that you're meant to be doing. And look how happy. There's like bathing in the sun. There's so much light coming down towards you. This is the new start that you're heading toward, your future self is saying. And they're saying it's going to be a joyful one that makes you want to go outside, spend time in the sun as well, and take care of yourself as well. So it's going to be a well-balanced pathway. It's only going to be a happier one. So that's the start of it. Once you get going, you're going to find the passion for it. Now, as you get more further along, your future self is saying that this is a pathway that is going to really engage your brain and your mind. I'm getting the feeling as well that you don't feel challenged at the moment. And this card is saying that you absolutely will. You'll get the feeling of being challenged. You'll get the feeling of engagement in the workplace or just through studying or a new project. You'll get the feeling that you have something that you really want to get your teeth into, and you can get to work on it, and it will be successful. So this is where the change in money comes as well. So with the Five of Pentacles, you're not particularly got a good flow of money coming in, but with the Queen of Swords, she knows what she's doing. She's got her head screwed on, and money won't be an issue because it will be planned and it will be sorted, and you will have the ability to make sure that it is coming in, and you will be able to know exactly what you want to do with it as well, and you won't feel like you're restricted to just paying the bills. So this card is saying that you'll be able to just spend some money on yourself for once, and be able to look after yourself as well and enjoy your time. But yes, basically this card is saying that your new pathway will have passion and purpose from this card, and then it will also have a good challenging element to it that is going to be great for you. Ace of Wands. It is something new. It's not something you've done before. It might be something you've thought about, but it's certainly not something you've done before. This is a card with a 1 on it. It's new beginnings. It is excitement. Again, this was Wands. This is Wands. This is the fun coming back into your life. Past life activation. This card says basically that it is a skill that has been worked on in a past life or multiple past lives. So it is something that has taken a long time to work on, and it's something that has required dedication and focus, and it is in this lifetime that it can basically blossom and the flower can open and it can really, really happen for you, and it's very magical. And again, when I said you need to get connected with the spirituality side of things, that is to allow this past life activation to happen, because without the connection to spirit, it basically is a closed door. In order to open that door, you need to connect through like meditation or spiritual groups or just reading and getting to know yourself better. That will enable the opening of that door for you. Soul Child. There is a talent in you, and it's something that could have come up as a child. It is something that may not have done. It may have just popped out briefly and then got back in. It's something, it could have been a creative hobby, or it could have been something more logical. It could definitely have been something more logical with this card, but it doesn't necessarily have to be spiritual, but it is something that resides within you, and it's something that needs to come out. Now, again, it could be from a past life, or it could have shown through as a child. It is something that you are naturally talented at, though, and it is something that will happen quite easily for you. But while you're in the current position you're in, it's locked away to keep safe, because if it came out now, it wouldn't be supported by the people that you're around. You need the support of the universe, and you need the support of like-minded people. But certainly, if it comes out now, it will kind of get like bashed and battered from negative comments and negativity, and it needs to come out because it's such like an empath feeling. It's like it will come out, but it's sensitive and it needs to be nurtured. So this talent of yours will only come out when you're in the right environment and the right place in your own head. So that's what that card is saying. Dark night of the soul. So again, yes, you need to come out this dark night of the soul, and the dark night of the soul that you're going through is influenced by the people around you, the situation you're in. So as soon as you can start changing those things, that's when the more positive things will be coming, and you'll be able to open yourself up to new possibilities and new opportunities, and everything will be in support of you. The universe will be coming to support you. Now, this is a butterfly. I was saying earlier that the talent in you is very delicate. Butterflies are delicate, and also butterflies have to go through that transformation from a caterpillar to the butterfly. So do make that change and take some time, because obviously they've got to take time to rest to make that change. And again, to make that change can be quite difficult. That's also part of the dark night of the soul, making the change itself. So just take time to work out what it is that you want. But before that happens, you need to take some time to heal your own self and step away from the problems in your life. Don't dither. You have a habit of dithering. You have a habit of putting off making decisions. And when you see two pathways, you get overwhelmed and you say, no, I'm not going to do it. I'm just going to hold off making a decision. Although I'm in a negative, or I'm in a place that doesn't support me particularly well, you say to yourself, at least I know that place, and at least I know what it is around me. But this kind of thing, you need to take a pathway and take the leap of faith that comes with that pathway. Just know that everything is going to be okay, and just know that the pathway that you take, even if it is the wrong pathway, or there is no wrong pathway is what the card is saying, but if it's not the better pathway of the two, just know that you can't make a wrong decision, and know that you will still learn from that pathway, and eventually there will be a linking pathway anyway to link you back onto the true pathway that is yours. So don't worry about making the wrong decision, because you can't, and either way you'll learn, and either way you will end up on the right pathway. You just need to make the step forward is what it's saying, and don't dither and hang back. Diving for light. Yes, your future self is saying take the pathway of light, take the steps towards the light. That is the steps towards the spirituality, and getting to know spirit, and getting the information you need from your soul and from your past lives, because that is where your answers lie, is within. Again, this last card here is saying what is already with you. Like, you have your own answers, and that is all you need to know, and know that nobody else around you has those answers. It is within you. It is from a past life. It needs to come forward, but it needs a safe space to come forward in. Okay, I hope that helped. And if you like this reading, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye! Hi, today's a cheers pile number 4. Let's see what your future self has to say to you today. Okay, first of all, they are saying that something exciting is coming your way, a new opportunity is coming your way, most likely in a work sort of environment, or a new job, or a new project that you can start. Either way, there is something new coming your way. It is also saying that is going to be something that you are going to be extremely passionate about, something that is going to give you the motivation in life, and it's something that's going to make you definitely want to get out of bed in the morning. Now, with this card, it is also a very, very positive card. There is something saying that is a turn of events. So if you have been feeling pretty down, this is going to bring the light into your life. It is the card of fire. So there is basically a little bit of light burning, and there is a new start and a light at the end of the tunnel if you've been feeling down. Now, if you've also been feeling a little bit unsure of where you're going, again, this is a guiding light. So just know that any sort of problems or anything that isn't going quite right at the moment is going to be picked up, and there is something very positive coming your way. Now, with this card coming in second, it says ask for help from others. I get the feeling as well that the ace card here is basically saying that you have received inspiration, or if you haven't received inspiration yet, you certainly will. So an idea is going to be popping into your head very soon, if it hasn't already, and you're going to be motivated to do it. Now, what it is saying at the same time with the second card is that you can't do it alone though, and you are going to have to ask for help from others. There are people around you ready to help you, and there will be people brought into your life to help you. So spirit is there ready to bring in what needs to be brought in for you. So it is saying that when you get this idea, if you haven't already, this brilliant idea, you're going to just need to hang back a little bit, because spirit can often take their time in order to, when they have to get things into our life and have to get help and people in the right places, and they have to make certain signs appear for us to guide. Sometimes it just takes a little bit longer. They can't just do it instantly. So it's saying you might need to wait a little bit, and it's not going to happen straight away. And don't get frustrated is the other thing. It's saying that, so your future self is saying that they know that sometimes you can get a little bit frustrated when things don't happen the way you want them to happen and within your time frame. So just take a step back and just start planning. Spend the time planning rather than completely rushing ahead and trying to sort things out, because other things need to happen as well. It can't just be completely worked out from your end. Others need to help you. Oh, literally, like I was just saying. So with the ask for help from others, there will be helpful people coming in to help you. So it does seem like it's going to be quite a big undertaking, or the project that you're going to be doing, or whatever it is. It does seem like it's going to be quite massive, and it's going to need the help from quite a lot of people. Can you see how many people there are around? These are like mostly angels, so it's saying that the angels or spirit are really trying to help you here, and there is a lot coming for you. It just does need your patience though. Now, with the 10 of Wands reversed here, I am seeing that actually you have a habit of wanting to carry all the responsibility yourself, because then you can say, look, I did it. Or the rest of you, I'm feeling that you don't necessarily like to rely on others, and you don't feel that others can share the responsibility and just take it seriously enough to get the job done. So you always feel like actually just doing the job yourself is so much quicker and so much easier. However, if you look at this card the right way up, you can see that actually this person can't see where they're going, because they're carrying so much. They start to lose sight of their future. Now, with the card reversed, there is quite a likelihood of all of those ones being dropped, all of them just rolling away once they've been dropped. So it's saying, because this is going to be quite a big project coming into your life, you absolutely have to ask for help, and you have to allow the helpful people to come in. So have two cards saying ask for help from others and helpful people. They are coming in to help you. Also, just quickly, because the weight card is in the middle between these, it might be a case of when you do ask for help from others, it's going to take a little while for them to rearrange things in their own lives so that they can get to help you, because they do want to help you. They think whatever the idea is that's coming into your head, they think it's great and they want to see it come to fruition, but they've got to do some rearranging. So don't get frustrated when they don't go, yeah, absolutely right, let's get started tomorrow. Basically what they're saying is just wait and take your time. Now with this card here, the Three of Swords reversed, you can avoid the heartache of trying to do it all by yourself. It will be too much and it will cause too many sleepless nights. Everything will get on top of you, it'll get too overwhelming, and it will then mean that you won't get the job done and you won't get the project to a stage where you really want it to be. So this has its own life lesson in that you'll need to learn to work as a team, and you need to learn to kind of not manage others, but work with them so that they don't feel like they're either pushed out or controlled or they don't have their own say. This is getting you to learn how to work as a group, and it's getting you to learn how to work together with other people, but it is for your own benefit. This is definitely for you to shine brightly. As you can see, look, there is a sun here. It's very bright. There's lots of rays of light coming off of it, and that can be you. So it's saying you can avoid the heartache if you just rely on others. Spirit are sending you messages in the form of numbers, so keep an eye out for those repeating numbers. They are there to guide you, so especially if you have a meeting with someone and then straight away afterwards or just before you have seen repeating numbers, know that that person is meant to be there to help you in one way. Now, it might only be in terms of advice, but that person has something that they can give you in order to help you, and they are directed into your pathway. So keep an eye out for numbers when meeting people as well. Initiation by air. You have a very strong mind. Your mind is your biggest asset. You are logical and you can make very good logical and rational decisions without letting your emotions get involved. Or if you do, or it's also saying that actually you are aware of your emotions and you can make good decisions without letting either one overwhelm the other. So it is balanced. You're a balanced person. But because you're so intelligent and because you're so bright, you can, again, get frustrated that other people don't learn as quickly and other people don't pick up these things so quickly. So it's just saying give other people a chance and allow other people in, because that will allow your own light to shine brighter. You've got a lot to give, and try and have a little bit more patience with those that are around you. Key of light. Yes, that is so lovely. Okay. So Spirit is there giving you the key of light. They're giving you this opportunity. It's a massive opportunity, and it is something that you deserve. It's something that they want you to have, because you can do a lot of good with it, and you can really help the people around you. Some of you maybe even on a bigger scale, maybe more nationally or internationally, but you definitely helping the community around you by doing this project. And that is why there are helpful people coming in and they're sticking around to help you, because it is so good and it's so benefiting to other people as well as yourself. That is why you're getting the key of light, because you're bringing light to others. Magic prayer. Don't forget to say thank you to Spirit and say thank you to your angels and keep in contact and talk to them. So that even just talking to them is a form of prayer and just saying your thanks. But importantly, talk to the universe or talk to Spirit and your angels and just say how things are going. Journal as well, because they can see how things are going and they can respond to you and they see what you write down. So if journaling works for you, that's fine too. But otherwise, just speak outwardly to Spirit so that they can hear you and they can see your desires and they can see what you want. Because unless you ask for it, they can't give it to you. So just make sure that you are talking to Spirit and you're talking to your past loved ones and your ancestors, because they're all around you to help, as can be seen in this helpful card, this helpful people card here. So absolutely, make sure you speak to them. Collaborative dreaming. Wow. Okay. This is so funny. Ask for help from others, helpful people, collaborative dreaming. You have so got to work with other people. And I'm seeing it's a small group of you. If you see in this card here, there are 4 faces in total. So 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 4 faces. That could be a small group of 4 of you working together, or it could be maybe 2 of you and then 2 extra people that help intermittently. Or just generally a small group. It's going to be, although you're very intelligent, as seen by this card, you do need more than one mind in order to get this project up and off the ground. Or it could be a new career. Again, it could be a new business. Whatever it is, it needs more than one person. And as much as you like to rely on yourself only, you have to collaborate with others, because collaborating with others will make this dream of yours or this idea of yours so much bigger than it could be, or it will be if you do it on your own. Spirals of manifestation. So basically, when you start listening to spirit and you start listening to this advice, which I know you will, or I know it will happen at some point. It's just whether you let it happen now or whether you let it happen months down the line when you finally realize that working on your own isn't the answer. But the spirals of manifestation is saying that when things start to happen for you, it's going to happen very quickly. Spirals just go and go and go, and the line doesn't break. The spirals just keep moving round. So once something happens, it will have a knock-on effect and something else will happen for you and it'll be in your favor. And then the next spiral will start and that will happen too. But I'm also getting that actually sometimes it may seem like you're walking around in circles, but just know that that is also a learning experience. And as much as 2 steps forward and 5 steps back might seem like you're going backwards, it helps you realize where you want to go and what you want to do. So, but this is a very positive card. Things will manifest for you and they will come in groups of manifestation. So there might be pauses in between as well, but for the most part, it's going to be a successful journey for you. Now, legacy of light. This is saying, oh, I've got a hair there. Okay, so this is saying that this is something your ancestors are helping you with. So it may be something that if you look back in your family line that used to happen generations back, or it used to be done then, or it could just be saying that your ancestors are giving you the light and the wisdom and the intelligence for you to make the best moves possible in order for this to happen. Anyway, I hope that helped, and if you like this reading, please do give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading.